Hey there team, how are you today? We are on day 24 of Lyndall's Luscious Limberings. How you doing? Hope you're very, very well indeed. Today is going to be very chilled. Just a chance to sort of, have a bit of self-love, just reconnect, settle. So a little bit of Tai Chi or taichi/qigong inspired work and some stretching, just some general joint mobility as well. So get yourself a nice space, take your slippers off, and yeah, let's just, I'm practicing my Zen voice, yeah. Okay, great. Phone is in my pocket. So we've got day 24's playlist. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, feet hip width apart. And then remember, a nice way of checking in to see where the weight is to just lift up your toes off the floor and then listen to your feet in terms of what you can feel, the feedback from the floor. And if you have too much on one side of the ball of the foot than the other, then rather than feeling like lifting that side up, feel like you're sinking down to the other side. So for me, for example, I have to think about sinking a bit more down to the outside. So do that and just settle. And take the time then to just sort of register what that's done to your hips and your legs, where you might feel some more pressure. Good. So the top of the head wants to rise up passively, so you can think about an air balloon just floating away from where it's tied down deep into the ground by the feet. Just see where the breath is for the moment. And you can use the breath as like a diagnostic tool where your breath is catching. Start to see if you can think about ways of releasing that area. So different messages to your body are going to work differently on different days. You can think about imagining you're sending light or heat to that area, or encouraging it to melt, or to let go, or to soften, or to switch off. But really think about just that head floating up and everything else sinking down. So don't try and force your body into any particular form. Head goes up, butt goes down, and then have a curiosity about what's tight. Okay, I'll leave you with that as we start to breathe in. Hopefully you're already breathing in, but you know what I mean. Go in your own rhythm, breathing in as you draw the hands forward, then the elbows become heavy, then the wrists become heavy, breathing out. And you can imagine you're pushing the breath under the floor. It goes underneath, it circles. You catch it with the hands again as it comes up. Allow it to draw through the body back down the legs under the floor. If you want to close your eyes, it's fine. I'll talk again when we do something new. And just have the sense that the air in the room is just blowing through you, so there's no resistance between the outside world and the inside world. Really melting across the sternum and the chest, so that the breastbone, the sternum, feels like it can relax down and touch the small of the back. And of course I'm clenching those butt cheeks, those old chestnuts. And now imagining that the cavity between the head and the neck, all the cavities of the body are one. So between the head, the neck, the chest, softening through the diaphragm into the abdomen, into the bowl of the pelvis, down both legs, opening through the knees, down the calves, opening through the ankles, through the feet into the floor. And the next time around, we're just going to blossom the hands to the side, breathing in. This time we're going to go straight down to the floor. Now you can either do this in 2 breaths or 1, so breathing in here, Breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, or do it in one whole breath. So you're breathing in all the way up and out all the way down. It's just how you feel today, got nothing to do with anything else. So don't try and force it. You'll find out which one feels best for you today. Shoulders sink down the back, the shoulder blades slide down the back as the hands rise. Relax the head, soften the butt, that's what brings you up, and as you breathe in, it also inflates the body up, so it's a fairly passive movement. Beautiful at the bottom. Next time you're there, just take your time there. Turning from the hips, so from the belly button or the pelvis to the side, keep the knees soft. Bending, that rises you up. Then as you reach the top, you turn the hips again and it goes down. So it's the hip turn, not the shoulders to turn. So the shoulders turn would be me doing this. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on one side of the body than the other. So instead, what we want to do at the bottom, rotate the hips so you're softening the knees. My shoulders are pretty much right angles, but go as far as you feel comfy though. Sinking the butt to rise up, turning and back down the other side. Breathing in as you go up, breathing out as you go back down to the floor. Soften the jaw, soften the knees, release the butt cheeks. Next time you're at the bottom, just rotate the direction, change the direction. Still using the butt and the breath to rise you up, and as you go down, it deflates the air out of the body for you. Knees should still be bent as you reach up, so you don't straighten them. There's still a small bend in the knees, even as I reach this apex of the turn. Good. When you reach the bottom, make that the last one. Now exhale the breath, and then using the breath to inflate up the spine, gradually rolling up. And then rolling back down, use that to deflate the air out of the body. Trying to really stack one vertebra at a time. If there was a wall behind you, it'd be like you're gradually stacking one vertebra against the wall than the next. And then you're peeling it one by one off the wall as you come down towards the floor. Beautiful, make this the last one. And then breathing in, rising up. Breathing out, go down, but don't let the heels touch the ground. My knees are straight now, but they're not locked. So breathing in. And out. Doesn't have to be an extreme movement this, just until you feel like you're getting some air through the body and the wrists. Still lifting up through the head, relax across the coccyx. I find this one just really helps to settle any angst you're feeling. Not that we're feeling any angst or frustration at the moment, but if you are, so really connect to the belly, how it's feeling as you're doing this. Beautiful, just rolling the shoulders a bit. And hands forward, drawing in. I've got to bend through the knees again here now. Remember, the knees don't go further than the toes, so no, yes. It's just a light softening. It's as if you've disengage through the hips and the thighs to sit in a chair behind you, but just keep that soft feeling of disengagement, lifting up to the head. Let the pelvis swing down low off the spine. Breathing in and out. Going in your own rhythm again. You do you. You breathe in as you draw in. Breathe out as you blossom out. Unclench your thighs, soften the knees, soften through the ankles. Head goes up, butt goes down. And we're going to reverse the direction. Breathing in and out. Beautiful. All right, taking a wide stance now. Knees over the toes. Breathing in, breathing out. In your own rhythm again. Now, as you widen the legs, it's going to really exaggerate the feeling of where you're tight, particularly across the small of the back. So you can use this as a nice diagnostic tool to go, where am I tight? And it's a fast road into try to release some of the really big tensions, or at least identifying them. So the back will probably want to arch up like this a little bit. You want to make sure that you're still letting the coccyx sink down towards the floor. So soften across the front of the hips through the thighs. If you want to do any of these exercises for longer, by all means pause the video. Beautiful, because now we're just going to roll through the ankles. Try and keep, there might be a nice feeling of warm buzziness through the body. Just try and keep that there. Don't let the music kind of jolt it out. Keep on feeling like you're still opening up everything on the inside. All right, changing the legs. Keep breathing. Beautiful, just going into the knees. Kneecaps on the palms of your hand and circle. You can really consciously focus on the glutes here where they're tight, probably still tight from doing legs the other day. And again, ask them to soften or let go. And go the other way. Beautiful. All right, back into mother stance. And just really lightly circling through the hips. Don't go for a big range of movement here. We just want to open them up. And the other way. Weights on the ball of the grounded foot. And change. Keep breathing. Feel like you're letting the gut contents pour down through the belly, through the pelvis, into this grounded leg, all the way down to the ball of the foot. Beautiful. All right, linking the arms above the head, bend the knees, draw a perfect circle on the ceiling. And go the other way. Changing hands over and keep going back the other way. And change direction. If you've tightened up the front of your thighs over the flexors, let that go. Beautiful. Just facing the side, rolling down. And rolling through the shoulders here, let the head go. Really gently just bend and then straighten until you find a stretch. Now think about And lifting the chest a little bit now. So we get a slightly different stretch in a different part of the butt cheeks. Now what we're going to do is we bend, we relax the head down, then we look forward and lengthen as we straighten. Beautiful. Coming to a crouch. Let's let the head drop. And then if you can in a crouch, just take it wider and just on the balls of your feet, just hang. Pull your belly button into your spine. Just to see if you can just get a little bit of extra stretch along the back, the small of the back. And if you feel comfortable, give a small bounce. Beautiful. On your back. Oh. And circle. Thinking about sending the sacrum far away from you as you're doing this, and change direction. We're going to do the thing we did yesterday, so just put the leg down, cross one leg over the top, and just gently open and close it. The stretch will come as you go this way. That's where the stretch will start. But we're just mobilizing up the joint, nothing too extreme. Nothing extreme today. Now leave the leg there, just use the hand to push and make this a passive stretch. If you can't reach, just bring this leg in further. And if you need to, you can also use that hand to help. Beautiful, just changing over. So this is a bit of dynamic stretching, moving through the stretch here. So just helping the soft tissues get a little bit of blood through them. Beautiful, and then just give it a bit of a passive stretch, pushing through that leg. Beautiful, feet together, hands to the side, and just let them fall over to one side. Let gravity do all the work for you. If you want, you can look down the opposite way. Keeping both shoulders on the floor. And really relax any engagement of the legs through so that they just sink down towards the floor. Deep breath in, breathing out, and the other way. Deep breath in, breathing out to come back up. And put the legs straight up, just keep the toes pointed if you can. And I'm just going to let it fall over to the one side, looking down the leg. Down the arm, not the leg. Deep breath in, breathing out to come back. You might need to use your arms for this. And going over to the side. Deep breath in, breathing out to come back up. If that hurts your back or feel pressure on it, by the way, just bend the knees to come back up again. Beautiful, just stretching one leg up towards the chest and give that a circle. And circle it back the other way. Beautiful. Just bring it towards the ceiling, just nice and relaxed, and circle the ankle from up here. And have this sense, this is actually coming from the small of the back, this movement. Just convince yourself that that's true. Change direction. Beautiful. Now into the nerve stretch, pulling the toes back, and try and pull them towards the shin where you're lengthening the heel towards the ceiling. Keep them, make sure the neck's lengthened on the floor here. Beautiful, and just bend that and just give the hip a little bit of a wiggle side to side. Just using the wrists or pressure through the heel of the hand. Good, and straighten, point the toe. And just gradually encourage the knee to come towards the chest. If you're getting a cramp through doing this, just you can relax this a little bit, but it's nice to point the toe. Not just for aesthetics, it's about which muscles engage and relax. Beautiful, just bend that again, wiggle the leg from side to side. Beautiful, change legs over and circling. And the other way. Beautiful, take it towards the ceiling and circle that ankle. Imagine the movement's coming from the small of the back. Lengthen out the neck on the floor. And change direction. Try and keep a smooth quality of movement, so you need to sort of slow down and breathe through it just to take out any kind of sort of jerky movements. Beautiful. Pull back the toes, stretch the heel towards the ceiling. Dynamic stretch, so we're still always bringing the toes down and the heel up. Smile through the discomfort, it's good for you. Breathe deep into the belly. Beautiful, just wiggle that from side to side. And back again, point the toe, encourage the knee. Sorry, I've got a small insect flying on my head. Encourage the knee towards the chest. Lengthen out the other foot on the floor away from you. Beautiful, just wiggle again. Go back to the other leg, donut it over, and sending down through other gripping hold here. Oh my god, small insects attacking me. Oh, there. Make sure you keep the sacrum on the floor and just wiggle your hips from side to side here, like you're trying to wag your tail. And change that to a circle now. Circling the other way, just teeny tiny circles, nothing too extreme. Breathing deep into that area that's feeling like it's being stretched. I know that's physically impossible, but it's just a mental association. Beautiful, just let that leg relax over. If the left leg's over, go over to the left side of the mat. Opposite if the right leg's over. And let it fall down, look down the left arm. And relax those legs, let gravity do the work for you. Good, breathing in, breathe out to come back up if you want to straighten that leg first. I find that puts less pressure on the back. And the other leg, linking over. And just start by wiggling the hips like you're wagging your tail on the floor. And then circle. Circle in the other way. Beautiful, drop that down. Go over to the side of whichever leg's over the top. And let them fall down, looking down the arm, the opposite way that your legs have gone. Making sure both shoulders are on the floor. So let everything get heavy and sink down to the mat. Beautiful, just a deep breath in, breathe out. Straighten that leg to come around. And just take yourself onto your belly. And just into a cobra, so just to here. And use the fingertips to pull towards you, just to get that stretch along the front of the belly. So you don't really want pressure on the small of the back here. And send the face forwards. Shoulders down. Beautiful, come down. Now if you feel like you've got the back flexibility, now you can go to an upward dog, put in your hands underneath your shoulder. If you're not feeling good with that, just go back to a cobra again. So pushing up. Good. From here, we're going to toes underneath. Lift the butt towards the ceiling into a down dog. So again, making sure the index fingers are aligned, the thumbs are outstretched towards each other, and there's about a thumb's width different distance between the thumb tips. Let the heels sink towards the floor, but lift the butt towards the ceiling. Engage shoulder blades, and let the thighs feel like they want to plaster the wall behind them. Good, now let's start to walk through. Using the hips to piston down through the leg deep into the floor, just nice and slow. And raising the right leg as far as you feel comfy. If you can go up, then do. Big old yawn towards the ceiling. And then if you feel comfortable, bend the leg, let it flop to the side, just opening up the hips. Beautiful. And then the other leg. Big old yawn to the ceiling. And bending the leg across the side. Beautiful. Now just take that leg, swing it between the hands. Now this position, keep the shin parallel to the ground. Let the back heel feel like it wants to reach to touch the floor. Let this hip want to touch the floor, but raise the chest up. So rather than this, we want to drop the hip to the floor, the chest up, and let the heel lengthen towards the ground. Good. Now just gently the front leg, open and close. And pick up the toes in the front leg, turn them out and keep stretching. Still trying to send that other back heel towards the floor. Good. Pick up the toes, put the back in. Take the same hand and reach towards the ceiling. Still feeling like you're letting those hips drop towards the ground. The other heel lengthening towards the floor. Now, if you can today, you can put the elbows to floor. Good. Coming up, just turn to face the leg that's raised. And just stretching sideways through the hip. Beautiful. Just back into a down dog. Just walk that through. Good. Take the other leg now. Swing it between the legs. Between the hands. I actually always do that. Good. So letting this chin be parallel, perpendicular to the floor, sending the heels away, and just gently opening and closing that front leg. Good, pick up the toes, turn them out, keep stretching. Good, toes up, and hand towards the ceiling. Back down, if you can, go onto your elbows. And then turning towards that front leg. If you need to turn this toe out, do. Woo, stretching sideways through the hips. Beautiful. Into a down dog. And rolling, coming forward. Rolling up. And just rolling through the shoulders. And just going one then the other. Keep it super light. And just go a little bit wider and slow it down. This shouldn't be aggressive at all. And swing. Nice and slow, just trying to breathe the muscles out. Beautiful, and turning. Keep the knees soft. At the moment I am turning the hips. Now I'm going to keep the hips to the front and just turn to the shoulders. And now I'm going to keep the head still as well, so just the shoulders turning, keeping the knees soft. Beautiful. Turning into a ridge. Just nice and light. And then start to try and get something diagonally away from you. And rolling down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But the knees rolling up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back up. 2. Good. Now reaching forward with the hands. Butt goes behind. Bend the knees, rolling up. And again, hands forward, butt back. Rolling up. Turn the heel out. Keep the chest up as you roll forwards. Stay here. Now bend the knee and rolling up. And to the other side. Bend the knees, collapse over. And again, just hold the stretch here. And go down to a full stretch, but really think about keeping the chest high and send the butt away. So it's not really about trying to get the chest to the knee. Actually, I want to keep the chest up, but I'm just going to keep on breathing. It's quite intense, this stretch, so always imagine the chest is trying to go up, and as I'm breathing, I'm just letting the muscles relax me down. You might start to then feel a pull across the small of the back, so just work within your own limits. Chest always wants to rise as you're folding over. And then just bend. Come back to center, rolling up. And then back the other way. So chest is rising as you're going down. Just go where you're happy to, don't overstretch. Remember, we're going to go above our limit and then breathe into that and let us naturally start to go down. And now just bending both knees, coming back to center. Just do a little bit of a shake from side to side. And wiggling out the hips. Good, just bending the knees. Enjoying that stretch there. And use the hands to support you as you come in, and just put your right hand on your outside of your left foot and send the other hand towards the ceiling. If you feel comfortable with it, turn your head up to look at the hand that's raised and stretch that hand up towards the ceiling. And relaxing, coming down. Just bend the knees for a second to a crouch. Releasing across the small of the back. Back up again. The left hand goes on the outside of the right foot. The other hand goes towards the ceiling. If you can look up towards that hand. And back down. Just bending over again, let the head hang. And then just gently bend and straighten the legs again, keeping the head heavy this time. Softening the knees, rolling up to the spine, either by breathing in to inflate the spine or breathing out. And just reset the shoulders. Steady just in case you have a head spin. Beautiful. Just to finish, just find a door frame somewhere and just want you to just stretch out here. I'm just going to stay here for a while, so if you need to leave the TV to find the door frame, that's fine. And then the other way. Just opening up where we were yesterday. And then again, holding on with 2 hands and pulling away. And the other side. Beautiful. Lovely. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're feeling just a little bit more open. Actually, if you want, I almost finished. Just let the head drop to the chest and just use the wrist just to help mobilize it while I'm talking. Feel free to carry on stretching, of course, doing more stuff, because as we find out, half an hour just goes very, very, very quickly. So, you know, carry on. Spotify continues to give you a recommendation of songs, so knock yourself out. Thank you so much for joining me again. We've got the last day of the 5th week tomorrow. This is like April's the longest month ever. Just want to say that. Other than that, please take care of yourselves, stay safe. I hope everything's going okay where you are. And yeah, don't forget to reach out to friends, let them know that you're okay, and check in to see how they are. Lots of love to you. Thanks for playing along, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.